I never imagined I'd end up becoming this kind of woman. Yet, here I am, standing in the wreckage of my own choices. My name is Vanessa Rouse. I'm 30 years old, and I crossed the very boundary I once promised myself I never would. I destroyed the best relationship I ever had. And for what? A single night of recklessness in Las Vegas. To the outside world, I'm painted as heartless, as a villain who threw away something good without a second thought. But no one truly sees the weight I carry. They don't understand how one impulsive decision can unravel the life you built piece by piece until you're left with nothing but regret. I met Nathan 3 years ago. He wasn't the type of man people noticed instantly. He didn't have the flashy presence that drew attention in a crowded room. He worked in cybersecurity, quiet, steady, dependable. But there was something about him that pulled me in. When Nathan spoke to me, he really listened. Not the polite nodding kind of listening people do out of habit. He actually heard me. He understood me in ways no one ever had. From the very beginning, I told him about my past. The late nights, the wild parties, the meaningless flings, the chaos I once thought was freedom. I expected him to judge me, to step away like most men would, but he didn't. He just looked at me and said, "Your past doesn't matter. I care about who you are right now." That was the moment my walls crumbled. The moment I knew I loved him. 3 years together went by quietly, steadily, beautifully. My parents adored him. My father and Nathan would spend hours fixing up Mom's old Ford, their laughter spilling from the garage. My mother welcomed him like a son, making Sunday dinners where Nathan sat through my dad's endless stories with patience and warmth, as if those tales were sacred family treasures. When Nathan asked me to marry him, it wasn't extravagant or staged for show. It was simple, heartfelt. We planned a vineyard wedding. We created a registry. We started searching for a home, painting a picture of the future I thought I wanted. But then Stella reappeared. Stella was a remnant from my chaotic years. She thrived on disorder, on reckless thrills. She had never liked Nathan. She teased me, called him Mr. Predictable, mocked me for settling down. She told me I was too young to tie myself to routine. Most days I brushed her words aside, but sometimes late at night, I wondered if she was right. Then one afternoon she called me out of nowhere, buzzing with excitement about a Vegas trip. Jennifer from my office was going too. I didn't hesitate. I agreed before I even thought it through. The look on Nathan's face at the airport was enough to stop me in my tracks. He didn't want me to go, but he didn't forbid me either. He just kissed me, whispered, "Be safe. Have fun." If I'd listened closely, I would have heard the quiet plea buried in his voice. Las Vegas was intoxicating from the start. Shots at the airport bar before we even boarded. Laughter spilling too loudly. The night already blurred before it began. By the time we stepped into a velvet-lit lounge, I was already drowning in cocktails that tasted like danger. That's where we met them. A group of men, polished, wealthy, exuding confidence. One of them, Marcus, locked onto me like I was the only person in the room. I should have told him I was engaged the moment his smile lingered too long, but I didn't. When I finally admitted it, his grin only widened. "Engaged isn't married," he said, pouring me another drink. The champagne, the music, the lights, his attention. It all blurred together until my defenses collapsed. Jenna saw it happening. She pulled me aside, begged me to walk away, but I waved her off. I told her to go without me. The look she gave me before leaving, half warning, half heartbreak, still haunts me. And then I crossed a line I can never uncross. The next morning, shame was a heavier burden than the pounding in my head. Jenna's silence on the flight home cut deeper than Stella's carefree laughter. And when I walked through the door, Nathan already knew. Jenna had told him. He didn't yell, didn't accuse. He just looked at me with hollow eyes and said, "I need time." The stillness between us was worse than any explosion of anger could have been. He moved into the guest room. He cancelled the wedding, returned the deposits, and erased every plan we had built. His family shut me out completely. And when he left for good, he didn't even say goodbye. He just placed his house key on the counter and walked away. I pretended I was fine. I tried to drown myself in parties, dates, noise, but nothing told the truth. Even my family couldn't look at me the same. My sister told me I was selfish. My father said I had destroyed something that could never be fixed. 2 months later, I ran into Nathan's mother. She looked older, wearier, like my betrayal had aged her too. She asked me what happened in Vegas, and for reasons I still don't understand, I told her everything. She listened quietly, and when I finished, she said they had once planned to give us $8,000 to help with our first home. But now, she said softly, we're donating it to charity instead. We can no longer trust your judgment, and we won't reward it. Her words cut deeper than any scream ever could. That was the day it truly sank in. I hadn't just lost Nathan. I'd lost a family, a future, the foundation of trust one once had. I left town, moved to Houston, found a new job, a new apartment, a new start. But guilt doesn't care about fresh beginnings. 8 months later, I still lie awake at night replaying it all. Did I throw away something real for something that meant nothing? Was I always destined to ruin good things? Can anyone ever trust me again? I don't have the answers. All I know is this. One night, one choice can cost you everything.